Hello, everyone. Welcome back to In the Yard Podcast with your hosts, Collin and Braeden Cox, as we record here again on March 22nd. And we are less than a week away from the official MLB season. I know we already had the Dodgers and Cubs play a couple days ago, but the official opening day is coming up this Thursday. So Braeden and I, in this episode, I don't think we've ever done this before. We're going to do actually awards preview. We're going to be giving our awards predictions, MVP, Cy Young, Rookie of the Year. Just the basic ones. So stay tuned for our predictions right here in the yard. Let's get right into it. I think we said we're going to start off with the Cy Young, right?
I think that's a great place to start.
All right, so let's start off with AL Cy Young.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts there?
Could go a lot of ways, but I think you have to look at Tariq Skubal. I mean, after what he did last year, I mean, I don't know exactly what you're going to say, but he's probably the guy, the betting favorite, like probably by a wide margin. I know anybody can win it. You see guys come out of last year, obviously in the NL, Chris Sale, who had a few years of struggle, it seemed like in Boston, and then first year in the Braves, I think it was first year in the Braves, and he had a spectacular season. He won Cy Young too, right?
Right.
Last year, right? So, you're going to see some guy that, maybe comes out of the woodworks that, is top 3 in voting. Maybe if he can stay healthy, DeGrom, like that would be exciting for the Rangers if he could put a season together.
Right.
But I think if you're going to be like, who do you think wins it? The most likely guy is going to be Tariq Skubal. I feel like you have to go with.
All right. In my opinion, Brandon, it's tough to win back-to-back Cy Young awards. Very tough.
So who are you thinking?
So you mentioned his name. I'm going to go Jacob DeGrom.
Okay.
If he has a fully healthy season, I don't really see anybody else besides Tariq or Garrett Crochet. I'm not going to go with Garrett Crochet as a Yankees fan.
He could do it.
He definitely could. Like, just because I said that, he's probably going to win it now and tear up the Yankees.
Yeah.
But I'm going to roll to Jacob DeGrom. Like, maybe if just all he has to do is stay healthy. I really think he still got it. And how much of a plus would that be for the Rangers as well if they if DeGrom can stay fully healthy? But it starts with him just being able to stay on the field and pitch. But might be a little bit hot take. I don't think it's a question that he's one of the best pitchers in baseball when he's healthy. It's just a matter of him staying on the field and avoiding injuries.
Yeah, I don't think it's really a hot take because we would all largely consider him to be one of the best in the league.
Right.
It's just the health, right? Is he going to pitch, get through maybe April, and then be out for the rest of the year, right? Or is it going to be like July and we're like, hold up, this guy is like consistently pitching once, maybe twice a week or whatever it may be. So, I think that they're 2 solid picks. I would think that the betting favorite would be Skubal, even though he won it last year.
Yeah.
Garrett Crochet, could totally do it. So,
yeah. All right, let's head over to the NL. So you're going Skubal, I'll go DeGrom for the AL Cy Young Awards. Let's go over to the NL side of things. Brandon, it seemed like we were just talking before. I think we're going to be pretty aligned on this one.
Yeah, I think, again, anyone can come out of the woodworks, right? You could have a couple guys.
You go with like Wheeler, or
Chris Sale. I know he won it last year.
He might have, Chris Sale coming off of Cy Young.
Yeah.
But sorry to interrupt, but go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's a couple guys that you could look at, but I think again,
Strider comes back sooner than later.
Totally.
Right?
I mean, look at the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Blake Snell.
Yeah. It's like Snell, Yamamoto. Yeah.
I'm not counting Blake Snell out to have a good season, especially with the Dodgers. But I think if you're gonna again ask me, like, who do you think has the best odds to do it? I like Paul Skenes again. Incredible stuff. I know I was high on him last year. I think everyone was high on him last year, but I love the fact that he, as a rookie, got the nod in the All-Star game.
Yep.
It kind of sucks for the Pirates because it almost seems like it's guaranteed that he's likely going to be gone in a few years just because...
I think his contract is through 2020, and I say we'll trade him.
Yeah, right. But it's just, he's going to be a hot commodity. Everyone's going to want him, and basically everyone's going to be able to pay more for him than the Pirates will. So it's really going to come down is, are you going to take the hometown discount and want to play with the Pirates and stick it out? Maybe pull a Mike Trout and spend your whole career in one team that's kind of, below average.
Right.
But, we'll see. I mean, the Pirates, give them a few years. They might put a few pieces together. Skenes is a player that other players might want to play with, which,
Maybe how some say in ownership, how they operate there too. Like kind of, I don't really see that in baseball too much, but you never know. Like maybe he'll be like, yo, go get these guys. Like they're available. Like I want to win.
Yeah.
As a franchise pitcher, but But yeah, I agree. I think
Yeah.
Paul Skenes is tough to go against him, especially after what he did last year. I just really like. He got the nod for the opening day starter a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
No one was really shocked about that.
Him versus Sandy.
Okay.
They're playing the Marlins. That's great.
Okay. Yeah.
Great opening day.
It's gonna be a good opening day matchup. Yeah. Just because I think the Pirates bats are super weak, so like kind of gives Alcantara the advantage there, and then obviously Skenes is Skenes.
Yeah.
Developed the cutter this offseason, it looks like. So yeah, I'm going with Skenes as well.
Yeah.
For the NL Cy Young.
Safe pick, but
yeah,
odds are.
Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, as we move on let's go to Rookie of the Years now.
Okay.
We'll save the MVPs for last. So yeah, let's go over to the AL Rookie of the Year. Kind of have a few guys in mind. Rookies of the Year to me is like the toughest to predict because guys
never
come out
know.
of nowhere have a breakout season. But I think right now it's kind of between Jackson Jobe and Jason Dominguez. Am I missing any names?
And maybe if you want to throw Holiday in there, I don't know if he's considered a rookie this year.
I don't know if he is either.
I don't know if he played enough last year, but regardless, you said the guy who I would pick.
Right.
Man, I was high on the Tigers in our preview of the AL Central.
If you haven't checked out AL Central preview, go check it out.
I'm gonna go Jackson Jobe just to keep it interesting here.
Okay.
What he hasn't pitched like officially, I guess, at the major league level or whatnot.
Not really.
But like something about the Tigers, like I know they talked a lot about like pitching chaos or whatever it was last year, but I don't know. I'm bought into it. I think I know where you're going to go with this, and I think that he's just as good of odds.
Right.
But it like you said, it's one of those things where Rookie of the Year, some guy you've never heard of could go and win it, and you would have never. He may have not even be in our radar. May have never even heard of him at this point. But I'll go Jackson Jobe because he's probably one of the top 3 betting favorites.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. Like I said, Rookie of the Year, really tough to tell. But I'm going to go with Jason Dominguez as a Yankee fan. Hopefully, has gets those consistent at bats that he needs. Yeah. Has a breakout year, and then he proves himself as to why he's so highly touted and is the Martian. Yeah. As I call him. So I'm going with Jason Dominguez, Rookie of the Year. I don't want to feed too much into it.
I want him to win it.
Yeah.
It's just I feel like we're going to go that way, so I want to.
You're trying to go in reverse jinx. I like what you're doing there. Yeah. But yeah, let's move over to the NL Rookie of the Year. This one's a little more solidified for me, just because. Well, you'll find out why. Yeah. Braeden, do you want to? I don't want to.
I think you should start off because you seem pretty confident.
I'm going Roki Sasaki. Yeah. Like there's, like just with the Dodgers, like they're so good.
They're loaded.
And they go out and get Roki Sasaki, who's he was Shohei Ohtani was the fastest high school pitcher ever in Japan until Roki Sasaki comes along and he does the same thing. Yeah. I think I mentioned this in previous episodes that he in one of the Japan leagues he threw a perfect game and then the next outing he took a perfect game like into the 9th inning or something. So almost threw 2 perfect games in a row in Japan. Yeah. And I just don't see he had a solid start the other day. Yeah. So maybe a little cheating here because he already played a game, but I just feel like it has to be Roki Sasaki. Like not even as a safe pick, just like who else, like just with the Dodgers and what they can do and how to develop guys. I just think it's gonna be Sasaki.
Yeah, I go with Sasaki as well. If I'm gonna throw another name out there, Matt Shaw. We talked about it a little bit before of the Cubs, so I'm not gonna even like feed too much into that because I do think Roki. I shouldn't say has it locked up because there's still a long season ahead of us, right? But I feel like that he has to be the guy you look at. Yeah. Unless disaster strikes, which I don't anticipate. Like you said, he was in they had the series in Japan and he was pretty electric there. Mm-hmm. So I'm not too concerned. Give me Sasaki as well.
Yeah. All right. One last category. Let's get to the NL and AL MVPs. Again, this one's kind of a coin flip. Anything could happen with MVPs, but I'm going to start with the NL. I think you have to roll with Shohei Ohtani still, especially since he might be back pitching this year. Yeah. And if he pitches average and then hits like he does, I think no question going to be Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, I mean he was 50-50 last year, but he was more than that. It was like 50. How many home runs did he hit? 53?
It was 50 home runs and 50 stolen bases.
Didn't he get more home runs? Didn't he surpass it? Or was he right at 50? Though?
He was like 51, 52.
Okay. Yeah. So I agree. Especially with pitches this year, they're obviously going to be a problem. But give give me Ohtani. I think that one's, you hate to say locked up, but he's definitely the betting favorite. Maybe someone like Mookie Betts, Lindor had a great
could go with like Soto, Lindor.
You could totally go those ways.
See,
but when you have a guy that could potentially be playing two ways at an elite level, at like a top 5 level in the league, it's hard to like bet against that. So I'll go with.
So you're going Tony as well.
I think you have to.
All right, we have one last category. Braeden, give me your AL MVP as we wrap up here.
I don't want to jinx him, man, but I feel like you have to go Judge. Like as a Yankee fan, I want Judge. I know I did mention to you that I did have like a sneaky like backdoor, like I'm expecting a big season from them and the team. I'm gonna throw Corey Seager out there.
Okay.
I think that he could have a special season. I know last year was kind of an issue with the Rangers, but he was incredible that year. They won the World Series, so I'm gonna put, as like a runner-up to Judge, Corey Seager has a special season.
Okay. See, I was thinking it was kind of between Judge and Seager, but Braeden,
really?
hot take, yeah.
I'm surprised.
Hot take. I'm gonna go Julio Rodriguez will win AL MVP.
I love it.
You heard it here in the yard. I think AL's a little weaker than the NL. I'm not saying anything against Judge, but maybe Julio, has a really good breakout year. You've seen it a couple years ago where he has a lot of potential, super high ceiling, and maybe this is the year he finally breaks through. So I'm gonna go Julio Rodriguez, Mariners center fielder, for the MVP.
I'm really surprised that you had Corey Seager as your backup. I thought that was like almost like a crazy hot take.
No, because he's a solid player, and like I said, AL isn't as loaded as NL.
This is true.
Like,
I mean, what were the
Judge
won it last year, and then who were the like runner-ups? Remember? I forget.
Wasn't it? It was Bobby Witt Jr. We're out of time here, so are you changing your pick?
No, I'm not changing my pick.
I think it was Judge, Bobby Gunnar.
I think Bobby Witt also has to be in that conversation. I
forgot about Bobby Witt.
I forgot about Bobby Witt. Yeah. I love the Julio pick though. So
I'm still rolling with Julio.
I'll still roll with Judge, and I'll still roll with Corey Seager. And as like a sneaky, like not really sneaky because he's good, but Bobby Witt, you got to throw Bobby Witt in there. Yeah. Wouldn't be shocked at all if he had an incredible season backed up last year. So
cool. Yeah, that about wraps it up here in the yard. Thank you everyone for listening. Those are our award previews. So check back with us in December when they announce it. So check back with us, see how those predictions went. Probably won't go too well given our other takes in the past. But yeah, thanks for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time on In the Yard.
See ya.